Welcome to our weekly roundup of key economic and business developments in Sri Lanka. I'm Nishani Pigera, and here are this week's main stories. United States to intervene in Sri Lanka's bond case. President says to expect many surprises in upcoming budget. Sri Lanka-Thailand FTA by February. In our top story this week, according to sources, the United States government wants the court to reserve the decision in the Hamilton Reserve Bank case against Sri Lanka. The intervention is seen as delaying a tactic allowing Sri Lanka time to engineer an external debt restructure. Last year, the St. Kitts-based bank filed action against Sri Lanka over the country's default of $1 billion sovereign bond that matured in 2022, of which the bank has a $250 million stake. President Ranil Wickremesinghe said in Parliament that there will be taxes in a budget of many surprises. He noted that profit of primary dealers will be taxed and that no one will be left out of the tax net. The government has faced criticism as banks, private investors and insurance funds were excluded from domestic debt restructure, while superannuation funds such as the EPF is to face a 30% income tax should they not participate in extending the maturity of bonds. Sri Lanka and Thailand aim to sign the bilateral free trade agreement on 3rd February 2024. This outcome follows the successful conclusion of the 6th round of Sri Lanka-Thailand free trade agreement in August in Bangkok, Thailand. During negotiations, meetings of 7 working groups were held, focusing on trade to services and legal to institutional issues. The Ministry of Finance noted that import restrictions on all vehicles except for private vehicles would be lifted by the end of 2023. Litro and Laughs raised prices of its domestic gas. Prices of all cylinders categories increased on the scheduled price revision date on the 4th of each month. In our weekly tourism update, August saw 136,405 tourists arrive in the country. This pushed the year-to-date visitor numbers to just over 904,000, 26% higher than last year's full 12-month arrivals. However, daily arrivals in the month continue to fall, recording at only 4,400, down from the over 5,000 early in August. Arrivals from India continue to increase at a steady pace and are now at almost 22% of month's arrivals. Malaysia welcomed 9.2 million tourists during the first 6 months of this year. Unveiling 2025 as Visit Malaysia Year, the Southeast Asian nation is targeting 25 million tourists, significantly higher than the 16 million target set for 2023. In flight news, Cathay Pacific, the Hong Kong-based airline, announced a resumption of flights to and from Colombo beginning from February next year, servicing after a 4-year hiatus. Cathay Pacific will offer 3 flights a week. The Cabinet approved a range of visa programs, including a digital nomad visa, for which those earning a minimum monthly income of $2,000 channeled through the Sri Lankan banking system are eligible. The visa fee is $500 and is renewable annually and is subject to a certification of the requisite funds. It includes visa holders, spouses and dependents. Now let's take a look at the weekly movement of the all-share price index and the S&P SL 20 index at the Colombo Stock Exchange. At the Treasury bill auction held on Tuesday, yields on 94-day maturities slightly contracted, whilst other maturities remain unchanged. Bids amounting to 270 billion were received, of which 140 billion rupees were accepted. The Sri Lankan rupee was steady against the dollar this week, with the central bank's indicative mid-spot rate ranging between 319 and 321. And with that, we wind up for this week. Do subscribe to our YouTube channel at the link below for more updates on economic and business developments in Sri Lanka. Until we see you again next week, thank you for watching. Stay safe.